You know, going 0-1, no, Naf is their ramp player on this map. T-side is the side they need the most work on. We'll see what happens today, but I think we're going to learn a lot.
Yeah,
Liquid and Nuke.
Naf's got to have a better performance than he did in their opening matchup. You know, OC, just do more of what you did. But Krad's going to fall back off of the ramp. Pop open the window, get towards double doors. Ramp will belong to Liquid here. You know, honestly, Liquid give me trust issues, and it's not even because of their performances. It's just because of what they say. When they tell me that, you know, working on Nuke was just a meme, guys. We're not doing 7 maps. No, we took it out. Oh, no, it's back. Now we're playing Ancient. What are we up to?
At least they're outplaying someone.
What are we up to? Jerry gonna drop the ball inside of lobby. Could have had a freebie on the first one. Instead, it's a chance back for Liquid momentarily. Nitro and OC tasked to the 2v4. Tough job for OC to get that bomb up. But he's just gonna climb, and in doing so, he'll go unchecked. Timing actually to a T here for Zorte. Walks in, catches the back of the head, and I like that Maniac is also on the Zorte hype train. You know, I think he is undeniably a top 5 opper in this part of the Challenger stage. I would even say top 3. He is the most consistent piece of this FORZE success story. Even with its ups and downs, Zorte has not moved on those rankings. 1.2 rating in the last month. Try to, you know, keep them as consistent as they want to be. Give more and more opportunities for the likes of Krad and Jerry to have their good games, because I like FORZE because the skill floor in Krad and Jerry on a good day is very high.
So you rate him higher than m0NESY is what you're trying to say?
Nope. Said top 3.
So
m0NESY number 1.
Brokey
number 2.
m0NESY.
Zorte.
Higher than m0NESY. Or sorry, higher than OC.
Yes. I think Zorte is better than OC. Yep. Yep.
But not better than m0NESY or Brokey.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
But better than Sun Pius.
Ooh. Trump card.
Better than Waro.
Yes.
Better than Acor?
Yes, Launders. Result's gonna run
better
inward.
Than Dexter?
Okay. I said top 5. I'll backpedal, as Shalfie should have, away from the techs. He gets cut down by those upgraded pistols. Zorte's got 2 kills on the M4A1S. And 2 survive here for Liquid. Guess what? It's a Force by victory. Team Liquid break through.
With a T side, no problem. CT side, Liquid already showed that like they are very comfortable. One thing also is that Yakinder didn't play any Nuke at all. So even though the core of Liquid were playing this 2019, I think OC was playing it on his NA team in the online period of his life. But Yakinder under James never learned anything about this map. They'd actually never played it. So that's something where it was like, oh, well, how well is Yakinder going to fit in? And we still have yet to see him get super comfortable. But when you think about Yakinder, I could see a Nuke player in there. That's for sure.
Damn, not letting off the pace with this one. Liquid real quick in, around through garage. Shalfie pressing out. He's got a gap to work. Oh, no, he thought he did. But Alige. Quick body check. Of course, this is an assortment of guns that you probably don't want to look at. CZ's over 5.7s, a Nova, and an UMP. Jerry has a weird affinity for the XM1014. If he's ever playing CT side on Anubis, he plays inside of Dark, and he'll just buy that shotgun and try to... I've seen Jerry peek down Canal with an auto shotgun to kill a guy bottom stairs Anubis. I'm not on that wavelength, but Jerry sure is. Team Liquid have taken their time to posture outside of the A site. Heaven going to be under their control. What's Krad primed? A smoke. Ooh, perfect timing. The UMP looks away. Alige and Yakinder just kind of have to hold off. Wow, and that boils this down to that.
Instant smoke bloom, and the Heaven smoke is beautiful.
Awkward crunch time.
Also just 3 players here. But they crush one. Naf readjusts for the second. Resalt's all alone now. Just the UMP and he'll die.
Yeah.
And that's Zorte down below with the Nova. No chance for him to come back up.
Empty-handed on all fronts.
This is huge. So in trying to have, it's to create a proper complexion for how their CT side or T side should look on their attacks. I think the main issue is getting the map control they want in time, and then being able to be flexible enough to adjust if things go wrong, which is just like getting better in general. But you can really see the ring rust when it comes to Liquid trying to reintegrate the map. But it is a cool project to see a team just, for some reason, drop a map out of the pool and then also bring it back in almost arbitrarily, considering Nuke was never removed from the game in the, in terms of the new version. So there's reason to believe that tournament to tournament, you could see a ton of progress. It's actually very fun to watch that as well. And I think if, Liquid having the aim to have a 7-map pool, it's admirable, but it also is kind of sensible in this certain instance. We've seen in terms of Liquid era in 2019, one of their biggest issues was never having a good enough map pool to not give Astralis a free map in every single veto. So if that's a problem that they can solve, then maybe they can take themselves one step forward than even their best version of themselves.
Here's this quick rampage through the lobby. Gonna dispatch of it all nice and easily. I really hope for Naf's sake, and I think this is why I believe in Naf, to be able to turn around from that first map performance versus Apex. It is uncharacteristic for Naf to have bad events.
Yeah, I mean, he's the second most consistent player on Liquid for the past 2 years. It's... Wow.
When you give up hope and just spin. All right.
Had a tough day. Nice aim. Alige, great recent performances into great last map, even though they lost. Into us wondering, coming into the Challenger stage, how good is Alige going to be? That's the question we're all asking.
Owned.
And it certainly feels like the answer is good. And then also OC, 30 frags in that last game.
Correct.
It's not often that he's getting 30 kills in a game. Unfortunately, it's a Pyrrhic victory as they lose the map, but it's one that inspires confidence in a player that we're trying to see top of the board more regularly. The Opera of Team Liquid, of course.
It feels like when he does get 30 kills, it's always like a playoff game. There's a common trend of OC stepping up for playoffs beforehand. Uncharacteristic, but welcomed, of course, for Liquid. 3-1.
And also, if there's something about that Yakinder quote about them changing things, I hope it's that they're using OC batter. So, if anything, that could be a testament to, what's happened in a good way. And then, unfortunately, Nafli didn't play well. Yakinder didn't play well that last map, but that might just be that one map. So we'll see. Again, slow starts for Liquid in recent tournament starts. Exec up onto the A site. Og up top goes down quick.
Sir Alige looking good yet again. And Nitro comes through with a frag, but Jerry's on cleanup duty. His double kill smooth. However, trade frag back from Naf. Negligible nade. Then the mini player all of a sudden reveals himself. Krad decides to get aggressive. Shalfie and Krad on both sides of the site. Liquid had a man advantage in that moment, but FORZE just didn't let off the pedal.
Yeah, I think they probably should have been scaling to the back of the site with Hut so they could have 2 eyes on Heaven while allowing for a potential plant to go down. But they took the fight into Mini while someone's in Heaven who can't help versus Mini because of Hut, and then split up and lost both their duels. So best chance for FORZE to get back into the round. Not surprised they can put something like that together.
Of course, Team Liquid coming into this major off of a boot camp, one of the first boot camps that they've had in an incredibly long time. Ooh. So it'd be a real shame to see them come off of that preparation, all that time invested, and then drop down into the 0-2 pool. As a team that I'm sure you could argue should be in playoffs, but at least OC comes out swinging at the start of this 6th round. Krad dead quick. I like to think that Krad has a good ability in terms of survivability when it comes to being a ramp player. In this case, he does get picked off early. Curious to see if he runs any more risks. And in this case, curious to see if Shalfie can actually draw it all back. A quick secret peek for the 4v4.
This one's so rigid, Like, look at what happened to the map. Nothing for the CT side. And this is just free kills. I've got a little bit of a critique here, but we'll see how the rest of the round plays out. 4 up now for FORZE, and they can start to actually recede from outside, honestly. we're getting into the later stage of the round, crossing the 45-second mark. Liquid got to pick a site, and that 5v4 almost meaningless at this point.
Naf hoping somebody gives him something.
The bomb is too far away to, you know, join up with an attack if it doesn't happen soon. Could try to do a mini sneak if they can get him closer.
That's going to rely on Naf then. But, I mean, Hut's already occupied. Wait, Zorte just standing in the no man's land. Now that all of a sudden the pressure is very real. Nitro gets cut down. Jerry's still inside a Hut. Doesn't kill Naf point blank. Gets chased and draws him in. But OC with the wall bang. Imagine that was a 1v1.
All right.
Alas, it's not. So this one time expires. FORZE tie at 3.
All right. So to not speak in vague terms about what I was talking about with their Liquid T side, it's getting the map control fast enough and then being flexible to change if things go wrong. Here's a chance where OC gets the opening kill at a minute 45, right? But they have no plans to put extra pressure on ramp, to use ramp at all. And in this case, FORZE don't even move a muscle. They pretend like ramp doesn't exist. They forego it. They don't rotate downstairs. And Liquid don't attack ramp. So it's as if that kill literally did not matter. Later on, 30, 40 seconds left, OC starts to walk out into that position. But they end up running into upstairs where FORZE were equally fortified. They had no problem with that. They really should have used that opportunity to tie the draw rotation or actually take over ramp.
Ooh, nope. Kinder almost getting the cross to secret. Liquid's early momentum evaporating. In recent times, Shalfie has been challenged as the #1 rifler on this FORZE team by Resalt's, and Resalt's addition to the top fragging trio that is Zorte, Shalfie, and Resalt was exactly what they needed in order to do the Pro League, pull off the Pro League run they made. Feels like Resalt's struggles are FORZE's struggles. And when he's not up there, the results don't come. I think that was very apparent in their first matchup today. Trying to avoid the AWP here of OC. Jerry with the smoke fading, should have a back turn to him. Nice and easy is Nitro. To keep 5 up would be fantastic here for FORZE, but they do have Jerry pinned into the corner. Naf up above him is going to swoop down and doesn't get the pickup. OC trades at the very least, but now it becomes a game of just trying to save the op, as the rest of FORZE could definitely go for the hunt, especially with Resalt still on SMG. There it is.
So he knows that he's in jeopardy right now, even though the CTs haven't made plans to get him, but Zorte will find him in the end. And unfortunately for Zorte, though, he won't find the op. So that is important. That was discarded of. Now there's a basic game that gets played outside with the cross, and that's the CTs smoking so that they can get the secret to lurk into big garage, whatever the case may be. And the CT side, that's a T side smoking, and the CT side trying to delay that at all. Get some damage in, throw some HEs, make sure that something's mistimed. So a smoke comes up and then there's a gap and then there's a timing to either look for a kill or take over the map control. And that's also something that they've got to be comfortable and used to playing against. So we saw Nitro walk by Mini and get killed as the smoke came up. There's going to be a lot of those gaps in a game like this on Nuke. So Jerry, oh, great flash, catches him off, timing to drop lower.
Get down.
And the CTs, they're going to get nervous about this crowd. It's got a good angle. They don't smoke the cross.
Taps away, gets himself a double. And then Zorte's here to help as well. So a bomb plant is the silver lining here for Liquid in round 8. Zorte very quick to just jump down on it. And Yakinder's saving a Glock.
And in this situation, I think if they have rifles, they're like, well, we'll smoke, they'll connect the decon to the bomb site and go for the plant and then go slower. But in this spot, they're just quite happy to get that bomb down and create that good timing downstairs. So I think in Liquid's eyes, this is sort of a win. But it is now 5v3 here for FORZE. And I don't know if I'm the only person, but I think they're going to be under scrutiny for ending up on Nuke if they end up losing, and I think a lot of these games.
And I think the same reason they should be scrutinized for letting their opening game versus Apex go to Ancient, right? Yeah. We saw Nouns in the America's RMR beat them on Ancient. Yeah,
it's this tough, tough oscillation between playing your own game, and believing in your own map pool, while also trying to punish or find holes in your opponents. And we have seen today a lot of teams are like, did picking into their other team's strengths. With Mongols played 2 Inferno games today. Did they just
Yes, they did.
win?
1 versus G2, and they did win their most recent
They
one.
just won, yeah. So, I mean, you know, you can play Mongols on Inferno, but, like, that's their best self. So, hey, some people like a challenge. That's why they call it the challenger stage, I suppose.
The challenge stage. Guns are back up for Liquid. Getting themselves ready for the A hit pretty quick. Oh, Zorte just goes deep. Naf dead and dropping the bomb. Nitro burnt out, forced forward, sectioned off from his piece of support, and Jerry cleans it up easily. So another 5 versus 3 out of FORZE. Just when Liquid are looking for the hit, Naf gets clipped back lobby.
Now, the one thing is something we haven't seen from FORZE in the past few months that we've seen today was a mental thing. You know, we haven't really talked about FORZE from a mental perspective because they've always been the underdogs. But now they got the tension. They got people talking about, no one was saying Zorte 4 months ago. Right. Now everyone's saying Zorte. Everyone and their mom was talking about Zorte. Everyone thought it was Zort before, you know? And so now that they have attention, well, now there's actually like a way that they can choke. You know, before everything was just like, well, we lose. No one really cared. They didn't really know about us. But now they've made a name for themselves. And we saw them blow a lead versus Greyhound. Well, that's on their minds. And it's fresh on their minds. And again, when we get over to CT side, maybe they're struggling here on T side at Liquid. But on CT side, they definitely look a lot better. So I don't think FORZE can ease up anytime soon.
Liege empty-handed as he dies out. Yakinder in with some impact here and good cover. This is a sweet recovery, or so it was. It started to get going, but they didn't know about Jerry back sight, and the Heaven support comes through impactfully yet again. FORZE's CT side now doubling the count of Liquid. At least that one had a couple kills for Yakinder. That was the opening kill of the round. This was the second. So, I mean, at least the 3v5 turns into a 2 versus 2. That's something for Liquid. But FORZE instantly shut down what remained.
Now that is a classy hand towel. Oh, yeah.
Result doing it right. Guns back yet again for Liquid.
It is interesting to put a mind like Yakinder at work on a T side in general, though, because since he's joined the team across the map pool, I'd say that, you know, he's definitely responsible for the reason that they've kind of stayed within top 5 or had that, like, aura about them where if they played a really good team, there was still a chance they could win. Even though lately, I think the confidence for Liquid is not exactly there. But for him to have, you know, be too tabula rasa on a map that he doesn't have experience on, but then still have fundamental understanding of the game that and different culture of approaching Counter-Strike and philosophy, I would like to be there, fly on the wall, and in some of their scrim sessions talking about, you know, Nuke and how it looks.
Ooh, good spam from Shalfie. Or Yakinder, not going to be finding any impact here in number 10. But of course, all this cross, silent in nature. Ooh. The reality of smoke spams. You do get 1 kill, and everything else is a miss, but at least it's a 5v4 made possible from it. Now, B setup, of course, is Krad above the bomb site. Closest rotate would be Zorte on the AWP, now looking to come join him towards the ramp doors. Smoke on double doors at 20 seconds, but the kill opens up enough space for them to press out. Zorte drops the bomb, the nade doesn't find a Liege. Nitro kills Jerry at the very least. There is still time for this bomb plant to Liege, hands busy. Last man cleared, 3 up from FORZE, just getting the bomb plant. That's not enough, Team Liquid. FORZE right there to stop them. That smoke on the double doors, 20 seconds on the clock. There was enough util to go around within FORZE's camp that even when things get a little hectic, it's still like FORZE had it the whole entire way.
Yeah, they had a lot of opportunities with players close by to come to the call of duty. So beautifully done here from FORZE overall, despite this, you know, what should be jackknife frag from a Liege, especially towards clock, the hardest spot to rotate into. and it usually benefits the CT to be there the most versus single door versus control room versus control window. It has a fight versus all of those, and in fact ramp. So you think, let's jump on that. That makes sense. But you see, even with that kill, it goes wrong because FORZE's rotations have been pretty sound.
Again, they're going to try this play. This is the same setup where we saw Naf get picked deep from Squeaky. Not going to happen this time. Jerry looking into the wall. There are players down beneath him, flooding outwards. Elish takes damage, and Jerry's going to die with nothing. A press through Squeaky, back around on Hut, but OC's got that one covered. Liquid with the emphasis out Hut have found a solution to their woes on A.
That was nice, and they don't lose a player. Those flashes were excellent, too. I mean, we saw Jerry, it didn't matter if he had eyes in that spot. Blind for almost all of 10 seconds. And Liquid find one clean. Ooh, and also further kills. Majority deaths here for FORZE.
Nice,
to the detriment of their economy. Yeah, nice clean round.
Looking much easier when Zorte doesn't peel one off inside of lobby.
That is a huge part of this, isn't it?
Yes.
The fact that they're just able to find a sliver gap and opening duel really fast. Whether it was him cracking ramp or...
Also, big difference. Last time Jerry puts a Molotov down on Hut door, forces Nitro out and his teammate back. This time, Jerry just face into the wall, allows 2, 3 players all to come outwards because he's so blind, didn't answer with any utility of his own. And we see that all that free space just leads itself to a Liquid round win.
So much more impressive go a bit. Despite FORZE being able to buy now, Liquid still very much have a chance in this half. No AWP will be in play for them here on T side. And we are setting up some more flashes as everyone just pours into lobby quickly. This time, however, the answer for FORZE is on the extremity. Nitro quickly with a pickoff. Jerry, his eyes open. He understands the duel that could be coming his way. Oh, but he is just so blind once again. Yeah,
Util makes his job so hard. Crad will find impact on the flank, but Naf is over towards Squeaky. We've already got everybody else from Liquid deep inside of this A site, and Liquid looking to successfully take this A play yet again. Big moment for Nitro with those 2 frags.
Oh, they smoked themselves back.
Jerry gets nothing in back-to-back rounds trying to contribute to the A hold. Resalt dies with nothing in back-to-back rounds trying to stave them off on the A hit.
This is the pain approach.
Yeah.
Found something that worked despite everything else going a little bit hairy, and then, well, they try it again. So, and that's nice because, I mean, they had 5 alive on the last round, 4 up on this one. They'll get a two extra kills here versus 4. So there's still a position here for FORZE to continue to buy towards the end of the half. But for Liquid numerically, they're just starting to become relevant now.
Don't change a thing.
And again, CT side to look forward to. Want to hammer that home. Liquid know it. We have seen that before. I think when they, with rose-tinted glasses, talk about a nuke win, it's almost always because of the CT side. They've come back, survived this T side, come back on CT side. Not even famously for teams that were at their best when it was, you know, Navi in 2021. They were averaging between 6, 7 T-side rounds and then scoring, you know, sometimes 13 T rounds and then scoring sometimes 13 CT rounds if that's where they started or if that's where they had to come back from after a bad start and show just thorough domination.
That was just back when Simple was untouchable on the CT side of Nuke as well, right?
He was the best player. I mean, a Simple, prime Simple at that moment, that stat did take a lot of attention, but actually, the fact was there was only one map that he wasn't the #1 player in the world in, which was Vertigo, the map they didn't play.
Every other map.
Every other map.
Wow. Oof. Nade's not going to help. Clean first one from Crad. Shelfie has to turn back in expectation of a pack of Liquid players, and sure enough, here they come. 1 to the left, 2 to the right. 4th back and holding off on Hell. Shalfie tries to duck down beneath them, but Nitro's got himself another entry. OC shooting through the smoke, joining everybody else on the approach. And Team Liquid will take this B bomb site and force FORZE away from it. You know, back-to-back rounds on A site where Jerry's got problems. And this time, doesn't even get a chance at the retake, so he's just been completely countered out of these last three. Liquid closing that gap yet again, and a T side to tie soon enough.
That was huge. And there was a risk there too. We've seen more than one person play on that side of the box. And, you know, the fact that you have to jump over the railing to get lower after you take a duel is the most difficult part. So with a full forced attack on the ramp like we just saw Liquid pull off, there's not much counterplay there besides getting 2 kills or getting 3 kills by yourself. Liquid take full advantage. And I love that sometimes you see teams on their attacks. Ooh, does he grab that one? No, he doesn't. Sometimes you see teams on their attacks into lower. They come out both sides of the ramp staggered. But Liquid actually did it both sides of the ramp at the exact same time. And, you know, made Shalfie's eyes go crossed, right? That was too hard for him to figure out, even though for a moment there, Shalfie was probably in a hard spot to read. Right. If you're rotating in late, you're not going to go up onto that ramp. And if you were there right away, that'd be even less likely with your teammate just there at the top of ramp dying in an unexpected way.
Sorte. Whoa.
Oh, that's...
Could have been Nitro dead. Could have been Naf killed again. Instead, we get Liquid posturing for the A play. Let's see it again. Third time's the charm for FORZE to hold this off. At least Jerry got one, and the MP9 from Resalt kills another. Nitro just jumping with a bomb in his hands and no teammates behind him makes that look a bit foolish. Oh no, he didn't even have the bomb. I don't know what Nitro was up to. Either way, it didn't work. Not on the entry. A little bit of recovery here from Yakinder. Zorte. Oof. He's got the inclination, but not quite the timing. So Yakinder looking to crack the whip, the entry towards the ramp. And Krad just gives him a chance, man. This is a 2 versus 4 that they can definitely pull off.
Absolutely. Now,
how do you get down to B?
At the vent rotation. Zorte's down here. Good spot for him. Oh my
shot.
God. Another one goes by the arm. Last one by the backpack. Zorte grabs another. It's a wall bang. Second kill. Beautiful round, Zorte.
Sitting back behind the column. Left, right, center, holds it off, 15-5. Thank goodness for him that they were able to save that AWP in the last round. Yakinder to a millisecond away from fragging him back spawn. That would have put the economy in question. But of course, it all starts with a hold inside the A site. No longer was the entire CT setup flashed for 5 seconds. And so no longer are Liquid flawless on those A hits. It's a little life left from FORZE on this CT side. It's a tight game. And it's Liquid with a bye once more. Shalfie getting aggressive up close versus Yakinder. Didn't see him and falls back, but Yakinder heard all of this. So now he's hunting on high alert. And if you wrap Shalfie right now, he's got him dead to rights. Shalfie letting off, you know, he wanted the aggressive fight, didn't see it, but had he just gone a couple paces further, had he just stuck around, it would have come his way. 5v4 here for Liquid to try and close this with 7 rounds on the T side.
The idea here, this is the more sort of Nico Rain approach of trying to prevail outside with one person, see what kind of value you can get, you know, Electronic getting to secret all alone, that sort of thing. That's the kind of play you want Yakinder trying to commit to. And they've been doing things almost exclusively as a team up until this point, which sounds good on paper, but can sometimes make you sort of obvious. So cracking the smoke, Zorte is not going to take advantage, even though that would have been a free kill right here.
Nobody watching this.
Yeah, interestingly enough, they're thinking that it's, oh, I'm not sure, maybe a Greek gift, but now he'll get punished.
Down to 19 health, makes his job way more difficult.
Any opportunities for
Still
this guy.
takes OC out, and now he's going to get pounced on up close. Krad comes over. Not ready for the Yakinder peek, so sure enough, they still unravel it. Felt like they had him pinned against the wall, but that bomb is also pinned to the floor. Naf's gonna have to trade back and doesn't. And Resalt is finally getting his name into the kill feed. All of that forward presence made possible from Yakinder and Elige is taken away because they need the bomb. A smoke to block off Jerry, but they have defense on the other side. Resalt looking to go above and beyond. It has to be him, and it isn't. Little bits of health left for Liquid. A little bit of a lead left for FORZE. But a CT side for the North Americans lies in wait. 8-7 half for FORZE after the CT side. Not what they would have hoped to bounce back with after the loss to Greyhound. And of course, being victims of the comeback from the Aussies is a sting. This is a 0-1 matchup, which means one of these two teams will be 0-2, needing 3 best-of-3 wins if they want to get any further than the challenger stage. FORZE and Team Liquid. Not teams I think you would expect to be down there, but alas, here we are at the hands of Greyhound and Apex. This head-to-head made possible. A CT side for Liquid should bode well, but emphasis on the should.
Yeah, I personally have a lot of faith on their CT side. My criticism's almost exclusively on the T sides personally, and FORZE don't shoot that hot on T side in most of their games, and they haven't played that good of teams. So we'll see. They'll have to do a little bit better than they have done in the past. See if they found Nuke to be an unexpected place to end. Maybe it does actually shine a light on the power of Liquid's new map pool. If they can pick up a win like this would be one of their better ones for sure.
Well, Crad kicks it off very well. The fact that he still has hell control. Oh, wow. And Shalfie with that second headshot. About a boom. Maps USP not going to find anybody. It is FORZE to at least pick up the second pistol, but they cannot lose the force buy as they did in the first half. They've picked up both pistols in a best-of-1. If that is converted to a 6-0 half, you know, then we're talking, but they already lost that first chance. Let that happen twice. You shall be scolded.
So we'll see. I think this will be the best test for Liquid. I'm not really think a pistol is probably is actually necessary for FORZE, but not mandatory for Liquid. So yeah, the road actually gets a little harder here, but they should still feel confidence within themselves. Now for FORZE, a team I know a little bit less when it comes to their nuke and how much they prepared it, so they'll have to tell that story for themselves.
Lots of sound on the cross, though. Expect a pretty quick rotate here from Liquid. We've got 2 pieces already down on B. Both of them just looking to hold on to a corner, wrap through control windows, and you should be able to unravel it. Nitro's coming to join them as well. Point blank. Oh, OC connects with the Desert Eagle. 5-7 back up. OC still fighting, and that crossfire set. Bomb drop. A bit of a recovery. Yakinder's kill gets his hands to the AK. Zorte needs the bomb, and he doesn't get it right away, so he sticks around expecting the peak. Zorte to give them the lifeline they needed.
Oh, the mind read.
Oof.
That's, how can you read his position right there? Dropping down, Elige might have heard something, but that's too hard to figure out. Beautiful play from him in that 1v2, man. That was a chance for Liquid. That would have really taken the edge off. And instead, Zorte, the guy that we spent a lot of time talking about in the first half, delivering a clutch here without an op. That just looks so smooth.
Man, Zorte looks like he's in just murderer mode. Understandably, with this carry, he's trying to throw forward 19 and 6 at the moment. Nice couple of Desert Eagle kills in that last one from OC. Crowd gonna get cheeky. Poor Nitro. Poor Nitro. I'm holding my breath for Result here on Nuke because it was a pain point in their opening matchup that he had an off map, and now it's starting to fall into the territory of back-to-back poor performances in the best-of-1s.
Yeah.
When he was really trying to break through the rest of the FORZE players and make a name for himself, be a win condition. They wait long enough. Catch a pack of players outside. Galil picked up. Crad, though, taking space inside of the A site with a double smoke on Mini. All is good. Bomb is planted. FORZE looking for an easy 11th.
Yeah, luckily they were ready to mobilize to take position in the A site. 11th round for FORZE, and you know, yeah, I mean, looking at the score line does look pretty damn good for FORZE for sure. But gonna wait patiently here for this next rifle to see if Liquid can get a word in. there's going to be some pressure felt. You know, I think there are a lot of teams that could potentially disappoint at this major in this challenger stage. And Liquid were always one of them, you know, with the slow starts and everything like that. And just like no confidence right now that they can kind of win a tournament based on how they've done so far with Pro League in October, I think it was, being their sort of best chance. And with the other teams having fine starts with G2 and FaZe and you know, everybody else kind of moving along at the right pace, there's more eyes on Liquid now. And even if it does seem like they'd have a slow start, I think most people would believe they would still be able to get through eventually. Might be kind of a grind. Potential. I think most people saw it being a 3-2, honestly, for Liquid to get through.
Okay.
It probably wasn't going to be clean. But the reality is, most of the time, if you go 0-2, you're not making it through. It's miraculous when you do, but you got to get lucky with who you go up against. If another good team slips up a little bit, you mess up.
That's kind of the Mao's story in terms of the RMRs, right? Best of 3 win over Virtus Pro and a best of 3 win over FaZe in order to qualify for Paris without going down to the LCQ.
Right. It's an amazing story because it was so hard, so unreal.
Yeah. Oh, nade is immense. And then Elige finishes off Jerry, thanks to Yakinder's frag grenade. So an excellent start to an outer play here for Liquid. Guns do indeed make a difference immediately. Difficult 3 versus 5. They have Zorte alive. But Crowd's nearly dead already. Naf awaits their presence, and so they'll throw up the boost here, just looking to use Zorte on an AK. Not as op. Met by Smoke. Crowd still yet to join the pack downstairs either. You know, a silver lining here would be maybe he picks up this kill versus Yakinder, but with him dying, it is nothing but a little bit of B presence and a lot of time. Arguably too much time. Liquid will start to squeeze eventually. Resalt versus Naf queued up. Doesn't have a teammate here to help him though, and it's an instant headshot that just leaves Zorte stranded. It feels like nowhere to... Ooh, nice little tap, okay. But that is where this one ends. OC primed on the op already. Liquid 4 alive. Again, Guns, totally different story. Dominant outdoors from the get-go with the opening pick, the nade damage, the smoke spam, and a solid hold from Naf downstairs on his own.
And so, you know, actually, the other part of this that I did forget was that, you know, Extra Salt was the team that OC playing with. He was the super mega hard carry on Nuke. He absolutely played a ton of it, so another great reason to try to bring this in. I'm drawing attention to that fact coming in a CT side. T side, hey, whatever. You get an op killer here or there, that's a blessing. If not, no big deal. It's mostly your riflers that are going to do the legwork. But on CT, that's the hallmark of every great opper on their CT side on Nuke throughout history, honestly. So we'll see. OC. Great map earlier despite the loss here on Nuke. Could absolutely save the day. Opportunity has arisen. Oh, gets shot from the side. Grad just slips underneath the scope and comes out the left side.
And with that smoke there, they're no longer is Naf a problem. Right? He's fallen back fully into that B site. Crad decides to just crank this. Goes flying towards hell. Now Elige is on high alert up in the rafters. Nitro and Elige both offering up a kill apiece. Jerry can't get active yet out from Hut. They're trying to fixate this problem on Yakinder, and yes, they will deal with him. Now it's about pinching into the A site, but if you just keep feeding kills to Elige and to Nitro, then there is really no problem here for Liquid. A is locked down. Nitro with the multi-frag. Zorte out from heaven. Can't quite clip the wings of either of these CTs. And while he does have bomb and does have time, he's missed his chance at trade frags.
Yes, and with that mag having to be reloaded, he'll forego his position inside of heaven. No one else will show themselves. Liquid have done a good job of option coverage on this round, putting themselves all in powerful spots to lock down a number of kills, and that's a 9th. Very good looking 9th here for Liquid. 2-round difference in this game, and FORZE already look a tiny bit flat. Nafly is the ramp guy as well as a story coming out of earlier today. Ramp is such a key part of the map. Such an interesting, unique part of the map where not dying is more important than killing. But killing can also be just as important, right? Your optimal position is you get a frag and you stay alive and make that rotation. If you get 2 and die, that's fine. It still gets a little bit weird sometimes, but NAF has to absolutely at all costs stay alive and survive and rotate at the minimum.
Damn, that nade. Not going to make their jobs any easier. This time NAF will stick around. Not going to flee from measly pistols. 4K from NAF, nice and easy. Not quite an ace, but still, it queues up the 10th for Team Liquid.
It's like Elish said, actually. That wasn't us. You know, when they played on Ancient,
that's
that
what he
wasn't
wanted
us.
to prove.
And that's fair to say. Still feels like, you know, some of that energy could transfer to the rest of the day, which is a scary prospect. But as we can see, from this round alone, that wasn't NAF. That's well done.
Could also just end up being a testament as well to Apex's performance. We'll see if they can get through 3-0. That game versus Ents tomorrow. Also, maybe don't play Ancient. Leash tucks back behind the smoke. FORZE with a bit of pressure early, but nothing really behind it.
Yeah, they don't score anything off the smoke with the top hub being played because they have full eyes on Squeaky. No one ran through. No alarm CTs in this position, and OC trained on this angle. Pretty deep outside, and you know what? If they don't molly back red, he can turn this into a farther push, make sure past the minute mark that they can't cross outside, so this can't be a bluff from FORZE.
He's got Yakinder as well, pretty nearby. OC probably feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
And he picks up the first one on Jerry. Then Yakinder makes his presence known with the second versus Result.
Perfect support.
3v5 at a minute mark.
And they're out of there. That's it.
Gone.
Hoping for a punish, but Liquid thought past that first kill with Yakinder in that specific spot. They knew exactly how to escort OC out of there, and that's how you want OC to be used. If there's anything that changed on Liquid before the major, more opening attempts. It doesn't have to be your riflers. Modern CS is dominated by tier 1 oppers. And yes, Liquid pulled off a lot with riflers in their peak, but that doesn't mean that necessarily is the best way to go about it again.
NAF finds better timing on Crad. I think NAF is putting on an excellent show in terms of how to play ramp to near perfection. And I tried to hype up Crad's ability to survive, but I feel like now we're seeing a real ramp master. And there's been no deaths on a one-off round that have allowed for FORZE to flood down to B.
I'll say when I played CS personally, Nafly was the guy I watched for ramp.
Okay.
Yeah. I named a spot after him. Playing on the top boxes.
The very tip forward,
very
right?
tip forward corner where it looks ridiculous to stand there. Nafly was always there. Because people would swing out, shoot you in the feet. Free frag. He doesn't do it anymore because he was just so famous for it, but I asked him about it. He laughed.
All tied up here, folks. 11 rounds apiece. 4 CT round wins straight. Said you had high expectations for this defensive half out of Liquid, and I think we're getting exactly that. Looking very comfortable. What's left for FORZE to offer us? We've already seen T-side struggles from them today versus Greyhound. As much as we're going to hype up the Greyhound CT half, it was a collapse from FORZE's offense, lackluster utility, consecutive errors, individual underperformance. OC looking to play the Zorte. Get that deep angle going. Result point blank on the MAC-10. We get the smoke that just lands outside. Yakinder is tucked in secret at the moment, so they really don't know. There we have it. Quick MAC-10 response out of Result. A double kill from him, in fact, makes this one a little more interesting. And Yakinder's drawn into the A site, but the player's up above in NAF, not over towards the ramp this time. And maybe Crad can try to punish that, but by the time he's going to get up towards Hell in order to compromise NAF, he's lost his entire team. And he's still looking up top while NAF's reposition is perfection. Beautiful support here from NAF.
Great rotations. No, great rotations right there. Beautiful support from NAF. And the molly was imperative, actually, for allowing Nafly to swing out into heaven in that same way. After they lost Elish and OC to the same MAC-10 here at Squeaky, shutting down Hut with the molly made it so that the attack lost so much potential as they were coming out of this one choke point, and this offered up an angle for Nafly to mow down 2 people. Zorte on a scout says everything. Liquid in the lead.
Yes, sir. In the lead with tons of money in the coffers. Scout versus Op. Just off the mark.
And I like OC this last round inside of Squeaky, looking for the kill. Outside to deep on red, looking for the kill. First guy to do so. Yes, you have Yakinder. Yes, you have a leash, but OC's not scared.
Yeah, and you know, we criticized Liquid for their inability to activate offers. Nice to see it. Yakinder gonna get himself a double kill. Krad barely standing after that one. And Shalfie's gonna get spotted on the cross behind smoke. Nitro, easy cleanup. Liquid, easy 13th round win. Jerry's been able to get over towards Secret, but the bomb carrier is over towards Spawn. So there'll be very little left for FORZE to offer us here.
Running into a desperate situation here.
Nitro on the open floor, Elige up in heaven, ready to support outer or inner as need be.
Nothing will make you feel more lonely than the whispers of the wind here on Nuke when no one's making noise. It's a map that also always feels very cramped and very difficult on T-side to try to scale on because of the number of vertical advantages the CTs have, the amount of positions that anybody can be at any time, the very punishing rotations, and the dominance that comes with having an economic lead in full utility. And right now, FORZE are going up against all of it. Of course, we come into this game talking a lot about Liquid as a higher ranked team than FORZE, but FORZE, high expectations from a lot of people coming into this major as well. For Liquid, it's sort of like, well, come on, just do what you're supposed to do. For FORZE, it's like, come on, give us what you've been giving. And so it's sort of this more optimistic, like, show us what you can do type of vibe, but not the kind of situation where I don't think anyone would have been like, oh, they're going 0-2, they're going 0-3. That's not something that felt like was in the FORZE story.
And the inability for FORZE to replicate that success from Pro League is it's going to start to outweigh what they have done. We do get a movement here from Shalfie down into the vents. Don't get me wrong, this map is not over yet. But Yakinder has managed to split between the 2 packs of players as Krad looked to go join the 2 secret push. Naf up on top of the B site. As much as he can hold ramp on his own, he can also be a total nuisance here in the back of the bomb site. Play top silo.
He gets hurt inside of the vent, jumping up on the back of the site. Of course, not weird for someone to be here.
They're gonna have to time this properly though. Flash is excellent. Smoke ahead of it. Ready for the fight. Chops down Jerry. Shalfie tries to attack him in the feet, and it's Zorte on the other end to get it. At least you have Zorte and Shalfie. This is meant to be a couple win conditions. Bomb plant inside of the smoke as it is about to fade. And we're going to get Liquid on a man advantage retake. If FORZE have anything left on this T side, if FORZE are going to offer a fight, this post plant is mandatory. And they're going to play this shoulder to shoulder, side by side, with fire in front of them. The bomb just on the other side of that doorway. A flash here for Nitro could prime the push. Yakinder gets a bit of damage in, but then the peek comes out. The frag is theirs. So is the second. One apiece, and it's not enough for OC to try and take this chance. FORZE with a lifeline. FORZE with a 12th.
What was the molly for? They just pushed themselves out of scaling. That's something the T's would throw to stop you from getting over there. They knew it was a control setup from Yakinder hearing from within the vents, but FORZE will take that opportunity every day of the week. Honestly, also, the rotations downstairs didn't look so great right there. We look at Nafly as a man to put up a defense that makes it feel like the round is over, but he doesn't have anyone to help him out. 3 players above ground after this second kill, and then they come in afterwards when he's confirmed that the last 2 are here to plant the bomb. So playing on low information, playing a little bit worried, and also not even closing out the 3v2 retake. Maybe because of misutility, maybe because of the wrong idea with the utility. We're not sure.
All those rounds in a row leads Liquid to another bye, and Nitro, the man who at times has been the key to locking out A-Site, sets him up with another 5v4. Smokes down for the cross. Jerry trying not to die in smoke again, but it fades, so they have to dive secret. Result on his own. It is not Naf towards that ramp, but instead OC with the op. And Yakinder preemptively downstairs as well. We've got Naf over towards control. Yakinder decides to bail out a decon. They could just play 2 inside of the bomb site, not offer up an easy opening to FORZE. Sure enough, that's exactly what they try to put into position. All the while, OC can just be a rock, a boulder in the depths of that ramp.
They've got great positions right now, especially with OC here. That's the thing that Naf would be most worried about. So, Elish, the aggression, there's a chance. Oh, there was a chance there for Result, but Naflight and Elish will get kills in tandem.
Desperate to get out of the rear vent. They'll try to throw it back upstairs, and that is just the end of Krad as well. So, yes, FORZE, they'll find the same footing similarly to the last round, but look at Liquid's adaptation. Look at the fact that Yakinder's already down there. Look at the fact that Naf has a different setup and a teammate in OC to take his roll towards ramp. Liquid instantly pounce on a change, instantly take all the wind back out of the sails of FORZE, and now they're going to have to come in with a force buy as Liquid on the brink of getting that 15th.
No, they're all dressed in terms of flavors here on CT side.
The first time they've had to change anything, and it's perfection out of Liquid.
Absolutely. And you see the comfortability is the big one. On the favorable CT angles, resting, not looking in 2 directions, not worried about what their teammate might have covered for them. Using OC to bolster that lower sight. And then everything looking easy, and the smiles on their faces as the preparation is paying off. Once again, surviving T side, blossoming here on CT side. Really putting it to FORZE, who probably were half happy to have a chance to test Liquid on this map specifically. 2-round game and the buy-up will come in, but this will be a buy-up to $0 here for FORZE against match point.
Also immense performances from Naf and Yakinder. Both of them being a key piece to this victory here on Nuke means they have recovered from the woes that were on this first map of the day. Ancient and Apex. That was the downfall of Liquid. Like Elish said in the pregame interview, we're going to prove to you that wasn't us. Well, the 2 individuals who you could have criticized most, now at the top of the scoreboard. Nitro with a nade out. Clump of players ready to jump in through the hut. He's going to let him out. He's going to fall to it. Yakinder Elish a kill apiece, but it's a kill feed that is full in an instant.
Oh, this is massive. I mean, this is potentially 13 rounds. They explode off of this with a half buy coming into it. Well, the force up with a 1-Tech-9 and the 4 AKs.
Leave it to Liquid.
Oh, yeah.
To just give us a little more entertainment towards the tail end of a BO1.
I mean, that totally, changes the odds in this situation. 1-round game. Now Liquid have to play perfect once again. They've already shown a flaw here in what is sort of an anti-force buy versus low guns. The explode is very low. Light telegraph move out of the hut, and they just cover all the angles and rely on these entries. And Nitro knows the opportunity that was at hand. FORZE at $0 going into match point now, are 1 round away from tying up with money in their back pocket and only 2 deaths.
Terrorists win.
Just like that, alive and kicking. Feels like that was the first fumble from Nitro as well inside of that A site. Even though the kill's not in quantity, critical timings on them. So the final timeout comes through from FORZE.
Yeah, now where to go is a tough one. I don't have a lot of confidence in their slower rounds outside. I think in taking lower, we've seen Liquid adjustments that actually make me wonder if that's where they want you to go. But I think the first thought would be, well, we can get Liquid to rotate down lower a little too heavily right now. So if they can get, first of all, their timing on event drop, then they can take outside control like they normally do. They can make it come back to upstairs. And if they do that, they might be able to trick Liquid. But in the vanilla site hits, whether it's lower or upper, I'm not sure. The only thing I would think is they could try a rush, That's the only option that I haven't seen, that they haven't tested themselves. But I think a lower fake might be the golden play.
Ooh, Osi, ambitious. Shelfie, dangerous game, and he's playing around with the repeaks. Not gonna let Osi hold on to that for free. Excellent nade to find Zorte, the key piece to FORZE's success so far. Oh, wow. What goes around comes around. And 3 players cross. A 4th looks to join them.
The massive commitment.
Osi's still ready. I mean, a simple walkout from Shelfie, absolutely muted. Naf tries to just jump back into the B site, will deliver the kill versus Jerry. They're desperate to try and fight this, and Krad burns them out. Resalt offers one against Elige. Yakinder slides outwards, catches the bomb planter unprepared, and it's a bit more damage, but it is indeed FORZE to force 14. As Nitro left stranded upstairs, when I saw Shelfie walk through smoke with nothing, I thought that was flat.
2 players on ramp, they ran lower, and Shelfie had so much confidence that they already scared Liquid that he came through that ramp smoke so early. There was so much value created by getting secret control without dying in the first place. Liquid have not been stopping them on the stairs. They have been smoking that off before they get to vents. And FORZE decided to not overthink that opportunity. Shelfie probably should have held back, but then they get the miraculous 3 kills on the lower site to make up for his death within a matter of seconds. And now the game is 14-14.
What is essentially a 3 versus 5. Those kills in such rapid sequence. But already, no trophy push, and Jerry dies first.
This will not be a cosmetically brilliant victory anymore for either team. I think FORZE care less about that. Liquid were already on the precipice of just locking this down, and actually us maybe really talking a lot of good about what we've seen on CT, but here it's been good and bad. It's been salt and pepper, and I think that in this last round, their uncomfortability has been shown. Now, I don't know if for them they're actually that worried about it. We did see that the Shelfie kill is huge. They put Osi in the right position in the ramp once again. They have the lower rotations, but none of them deliver the frags. So do they chalk it up to frags in their own minds? Is that the reason that they lost, but they overall feel pretty good about it? Well, I'm not sure, but I think FORZE are definitely onto something by getting to secret control, which has been the 20-yard line. No one crack spotting secret and throwing a smoke down to delay them, and them just continuing forward with the hit really quickly instead of waiting too long and letting Liquid get comfortable.
Keeping it simple, keeping it quick, and in this round looking to at least apply a bit of quick pressure. Keeps Elige preoccupied. Osi's gonna come in, aggressive angle on the op.
That's what we love to see from Osi.
Oh, he wanted it last round towards ramp, and Shelfie played cat and mouse with him.
We've seen 4 rifle rounds now with an opening aggressive move from Osi on the CT side. 2 of them have gotten them a kill. 1 round he hasn't died, but still puts some pressure on. That's getting value out of your op.
Shelfie just leans it back into
also
the deep corner.
Untested with this same angle in the hut. That's also important.
Deeper wall of smokes by the looks of things, at least the first one down. Here come the others.
So what does this tell Liquid? They now know that these aren't bluff smokes. Walking makes no difference. Osi has huge information inside of lobby.
Yo, Yakinder should get a freebie. Jerry's got to clear this deep corner and hit the shot. Yakinder looks away. Oh my God. Looks away from the crosshair, repositions, and in that instant, Jerry strikes him down. And if FORZE can pick up 15 right here in round 29, there is no money left for Team Liquid.
It's about to smell like broken here for the CT side.
Naf tries to scour outer, will catch Jerry, at least equalizing, but here it is yet again, the pounce into that B site. Shelfie still sitting around back in lobby. Osi jumps past the crosshair, picks it up, and while bomb goes down, Liquid secure man advantage. Which of these matters more? In a little bit of a retake, with utility in abundance here for Liquid. They've got smoke for each of the doorways. They've got a Molotov for that back bomb site, but the bomb itself is already at that halfway point. Flash in front of them, stuns them for a second. Zorte ready for a headshot. And as Elige catches Resalt back towards Vent, it's Zorte to do it all. 3 and another.
Oh, he's locked it down.
Every single kill bottoms out the bank accounts and crushes Team Liquid.
The first to 15. He said, I'm going to get it back in blood. Zorte locked it up. Insane from a position with no cover. After Jerry, IGL for FORZE takes one out inside a big garage. They take Nafly down and they run it lower. They know he hasn't gotten locked into his position, and they do the exact same thing that worked for them on this previous round. And Liquid were so close. They were on the doorstep of taking this map, and now we're on the doorstep of getting a chance to play overtime.
A world-class 4K out of Zorte. As everything else is falling apart, as you lose your lobby lurk, as you lose your vent control, he shreds them. 31 kills off of the back of that 4K. A 2v4, but all of the lifting. And Liquid limp into this with double MP9, 5.7 Scout, and M4A1S. The 0-2 pool beckons Team Liquid towards it. And it's OC to be tasked with trying to hold off outside. But with the wall of smokes, the nades that have come through, that have pressured Ykinder back in the past, OC also has to give away the ground. Ykinder is downstairs and ready, but he's just working with an MP9, so he's going to crack spot and then smoke the moment they show presence.
That's the one adjustment that they hadn't partaken in. You know, FORZE, good move to come down here. Now we'll see what they'll do when they have to delay. And again, you know, FORZE, not the best practice on the map, so we'll see. Oh, but they'll kill Ykinder. Turn the corner too quickly. He doesn't get away.
Man, this puts everything into such a tough spot because they would have never expected to rotate this quick. MP9 can't get more than one, but at least Zorte's dead. A bomb plant towards Astralis, a press out from the CTs, and Jerry takes a head off. Shalfie adds the kill feed, and FORZE so close, but with a double scout back from OC, it's a clutch. Shalfie just needs to close. He's got a Molotov for the bomb. He's got a smoke as well if needed. And OC has no kit currently on him. He's at a health disadvantage. And all of Liquid watch on. Molotov smoked out. You know that peak's coming. OC just waiting, and Shalfie does the exact same thing. Molly is not on top of the bomb. It doesn't spread. OC's gonna stick it all the way or not. Shalfie, in the dying seconds, sends Liquid to the O2 group.
Absolute tragedy here for Liquid in the final round. OC with the smoke.
The double scout.
A chance for that. The kills that he got at the very end. Another game where OC puts his best foot forward, and it's not enough.
No, sir.
More of a team in this one, but still,
most certainly.
Liquid.
At least we get remnants of Ykinder. Naf putting up all he could, but FORZE in the dying moments of that T side.
Ecoed after ecoing them on the upstairs rush when it was 14. Another comeback. This time, FORZE gets some revenge on the comeback. Get some confidence back too.
That they will, and an extra lifeline. It is Liquid who now face elimination in Paris every step of the way.
I need a buzzer on this desk to just beep out all